What is going on, everyone? It's been so long since the last time I've done a Blu-ray video. In fact, I can't even remember. I think it might have been last summer. By now, I definitely would have done at least a couple of Blu-ray hunting videos over the last few months, but because of the coronavirus, I have not been able to. The Best Buys, you can't go inside them anymore. You have to wait outside, which really sucks. They'll come outside and give you your product. You can't go inside anymore and just browse everything they have, which is super annoying. But are Targets and Walmarts open to go inside? Because I haven't gone to any Targets or Walmarts. I haven't passed by any of them recently. So if you guys know if you're able to go inside any Targets or Walmarts or any of those kinds of stores around you, could you please let me know, because I would love to do that eventually soon. Anyway, considering it's been so long since my last Blu-ray video, today I'll be showing off all the new Blu-rays I've acquired over the last several months. Some of these I got for Christmas, others I bought on Amazon, and there's even one big pack that my friend let me borrow. Thank you so much. Alright, so let's begin with the first Blu-ray I have to show off to you guys today. The first is the legendary Quantum of Solace, the second Daniel Craig James Bond movie. The only reason I bought Quantum of Solace was because I needed to review it leading up to the fifth Daniel Craig James Bond movie, No Time to Die. But since that video, No Time to Die has been delayed to November, so I did that video way too early than expected. But yeah, I bought this thing back in, what was it, February, and I watched it, reviewed the movie. As I said in the review, it's just an average James Bond movie, nothing special about it. It's actually one of my least favorite James Bond movies of all time, so yeah, I probably won't watch this thing for a very long time. Also, recently purchased on Amazon, I picked up It. Finally, I've been wanting this movie for over a year now, and I finally bought it. I don't know what took me so long to get it, but I have it now. So, yeah, one of my all-time favorite horror movies, and I really do hope we see in It Chapter 3 eventually. This one was long overdue, but I did get it for Christmas back in December. Avengers Endgame, while it's not as good as Avengers Infinity War, it is still a fitting conclusion to the MCU saga that lasted 11 years. This is definitely one of the best movies that came out back in 2019. One of my favorites. It placed number 3 on my list for best movies of 2019. Yeah, it doesn't have the great pacing that we saw in Infinity War, but you also couldn't have the same amount of pacing that you had in that movie because this was the aftermath to that film. Again, though, really great movie. I think it does a lot of things right, and it's one of the most epic movies that came out in the last decade, so I really enjoy this movie, even though it's not as good as Infinity War. And the movie that came right after Endgame, Spider-Man Far From Home. This was one of the best movies that came out last summer, and yes, I'm not as big of a fan of Tom Holland as some people are. I'll always be a Tobey Spider-Man fan for as long as I'm alive, but still, Tom Holland is great in this movie. Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, what a great inclusion to the MCU. Everything that happens in this movie is so much fun. This was one of those films that I watched last year that I did not want to end. So many relatable themes, a lot of great action. Spider-Man Far From Home is absolutely one of the best movies of 2019. Finally, the last movie I got for Christmas was It Chapter 2. I just shut off my It Blu-ray that I got not too long ago on Amazon, but yes, I got this on Christmas. For some reason, people don't like It Chapter 2, but I really enjoyed it last year. I thought it was a great sequel to the It movie. Yes, it's not as good as the first film. It's impossible. This movie does feel very similar to that movie. A lot of the same kind of things happen in this film that happened in that first film, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal if you're an It fan, and if you love the first movie, you should love this movie. Maybe not as much, but you should still find some enjoyment out of this movie nonetheless. I don't think it's by any means a bad movie. It's a pretty good sequel, and it's very, very good compared to the It TV series we got, that mini-series that was back in the 90s, so I'm very thankful for both It movies that we have. I've been kicking myself because this entire series is now available on Netflix, but I do own Avatar: The Last Airbender, the entire series, on Blu-ray. Why could Netflix not just have put this on their streaming service months ago? They recently put it on there, and when they did that, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was gonna buy this several times before in my Blu-ray hunting videos, but never pulled the trigger because of the price. But then I was like, you know what? May as well buy it. And then before I knew it, this series was on Netflix. So, like, what the heck, man, whatever. But I'm not going to complain. I do love having physical media. And who knows, maybe Netflix will take it off there sooner than later. You never know. I also recently got this on Amazon. Titanic from James Cameron. Dude, where's Avatar 2? This movie has been delayed so many times. I know it's supposed to come out in 2021, but I'm not holding my breath. I would not be surprised if it's delayed once again, especially with the coronavirus. So yeah, I've been waiting for Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5 for such a long time. Whatever though, we have Titanic with Leo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. The first half of this movie is all about romance. The second half of the movie is all about the shipwreck and its sinking, which is really entertaining to watch, to see these people fighting for their lives. They don't want to drown. They don't want to freeze to death in that icy cold water. This movie is thrilling from beginning to end. I really love Titanic. James Cameron is one of the most epic directors of all time, right there with Peter Jackson, Steven Spielberg, among others. So yeah, Titanic is a really good movie. The last Blu-ray I'm showing off to you guys is a Blu-ray set, but I do not own it. It's my friend's. I borrowed it from him. Nevertheless, it's the Lord of the Rings trilogy, all 3 movies, Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and Return of the King. I do want to own this thing very soon, but the price is just so high, so I'll save up a little money and buy it sooner than later. But for right now, I borrowed it from my friend, and I've watched it. And yeah, all 3 movies are incredible. My least favorite is Fellowship of the Ring because, well, the movie takes forever to get started, but when it gets started for real. I don't know what's my favorite, though. Two Towers is so good. And I really like Return of the King, so I might have to rewatch them again just to be able to figure out what my true favorite Lord of the Rings movie is, but as of right now, I'm not really sure. I just know that Fellowship is my least favorite, but this is a really cool Blu-ray set. Inside the case, they give you a map of Middle-earth, which I thought was a nice little touch, as well as some cool-looking artwork. It's nothing mind-blowing, but it's still a cool box set, and it's a set that, like I said, I really want to own in the future because of how nice the thing is. It's like a big book, so yeah, hopefully I can own this thing because it's really cool and very sturdy as well. This thing is super awesome, and yeah, if you love reading books, you probably would love to own this thing just because it's like a book, and if you read the Lord of the Rings books, you definitely probably own this thing already. Alright, and there you guys have it. Those are the new Blu-rays I had to show off to you guys. Again, I really wish I could go to Best Buy, walk in, do a Blu-ray hunting video for you guys right now, but until I'm allowed to go back inside, I cannot do that. Hopefully in the next couple of months, I can do that though for you guys because I've been wanting to go inside a Best Buy, a Walmart, and a Target for many months now. We'll see when we'll eventually be able to go back in. Of course, though, I want to hear what you guys think. Did you like seeing my new Blu-rays? Do you wish I had more Blu-rays to show off? Do you want to see a new Blu-ray hunting video? Or do you guys have any new Blu-rays that you recently bought and you want to tell me about? Let me know down below in the comment section. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.